This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Welcome to the ROQ Initiative, the best podcast ever. Come on.
Rashad Wright, baby.
Never been wrong.
Welcome
What's up, brother? How you doing?
to your studio.
Our studio.
Our
ROQ Initiative, yeah. Cheers to that.
So, to people that don't know who you are,
Okay.
give us a short introduction.
My name's Rashad Wright, and I've never been wrong.
Yeah, we spoke about that too. So
I'm a poet, I'm a writer, a performer, and all that stuff. Yeah.
it's good summarization. Yeah. How long you been doing it for, man? You've been doing this for a while, huh?
8 years. I started in high school senior year. Dang, high school was 8 years ago. That's crazy.
High school senior year.
Yeah.
How did you start? Like at a talent show, or did you have like an assignment and that was when you had to tap into that sort of thing? Tap into writing?
It's funny because we've been friends for years. I'm not sure if you know any of these answers, but I went to Marist High School and we had to do a club activity, and I chose soul poetry because that was the only club that offered air conditioning and didn't have me running around doing athletic stuff. So I started poetry because of Soul Poetry Club in Marist. Yeah.
And the air conditioner is what really
That
drew
was
you
my
in,
selling
huh?
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the summer?
No, it was during the school year.
I
I was
just a
involved in mad stuff, and it was all athletics. So I just wanted some time to chill. And AC was like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, it's different. You did a lot of track too.
Track, yeah. Track, swimming, and fencing.
Yeah, you were active. And fencing is something that I just learned recently about you that you did. That's pretty cool, man. Remember when we were driving to Patterson, to your place? That's pretty cool, man. And you did that for a while, right? And you decided to do that over, what'd you say? Over swimming?
Yes, yeah. I gave up swimming. I gave up fencing to do swimming, and I never got back to fencing. But I was doing that for 8 years too, up until senior year of high school.
Yeah, pretty active. Pretty active dude, man. And then you got into college,
Roger.
NJCU, repping. Where did you get, I think it was Steven, but where did you get the drive to join the military? Because that was a long chapter too of your life, right?
6 years in the National Guard. I enlisted because I wanted to pay. So originally I wasn't going to go to college. I was going to go straight to the Air Force after high school because I didn't think there was nothing I wanted to study, and I didn't have any idea. So I was going to join the military. My mom really wanted me to go to college. So I said, you know what? I'll apply to some colleges. Got into everywhere I applied. Ended up at NJCU. Ended up in debt. And said, hey, Mom, I'm not cool with you paying for my college, and I'm not going to make enough money and be a student. So I enlisted to cover my tuition.
Word. Damn, yeah. Damn, that's the great fucking benefit
That's
of
it.
joining the military. I mean, that's probably their strongest sell point. Hey, come here. We got your college debt covered. Don't worry about it. Might just got to kill somebody for us. That's all.
The only reason I joined. Didn't
For
have to kill
America.
nobody either.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, right?
That's good. I feel
Just
like that.
killing the game.
That's all you're killing right now, man. Definitely
it.
killing the game.
Oh, getting a little risque out here, ROQ.
Yeah, I'm taking this off. It's hot. It's hot.
It's because
We
you're
get-
fire.
The fire inside us, the passion.
Yeah.
It's probably just the heat.
With a Y. FYRE.
Fire.
Yeah. Festival.
FIYAH. Oh, the fire festival.
Yeah.
Damn. I wish we went to that.
Nah.
That would have been fun. Stranded on that island. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
What the fuck is going on? You saw their meals?
Yo, yeah.
You saw the meals. They're like, it's just bread. That's who and how, man.
That was crazy.
Oh, you know what?
Lunchables. They were eating Lunchables, basically.
Yeah, that festival was a fucking mess. The festival was a mess.
You make
At
it
least
sound
there's
like you were there.
Well, I saw that documentary on Netflix. So
So you
I
saw,
felt-
was it there two of them?
Yeah, one in Hulu and one on Netflix.
That's
and it was like
crazy.
two different perspectives or something like that. I didn't see the Hulu one.
It was two different teams, two different people who had the same idea to do the same exact thing, and they both came out on two different streaming platforms. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't remember enough in terms of like the differences, but I did see the one on Netflix.
I didn't see both of them.
And it seemed like it was a great idea, you know? Everything starts initially, I think, with a great idea, and then like the expenses kick in. The reality of like, I think they had a certain island that they were gonna work on Pablo Escobar's
Yes,
island or something.
yes.
But then I think the person said, don't mention that it's Pablo Escobar's island. That's the only thing they were
The only
asking.
rule.
And then in the fucking ad, it's like, Pablo Escobar's island, come party, man. Drugs. And then it's like, well, you can't use the island anymore. So then they had to scramble to find another place. And that's when everything just started falling apart.
Yeah.
But that's what's crazy about that? The power of marketing. Because they had a probably crazy budget and they paid these influencers to, start that whole fucking
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, man. It's not his fault.
It's not.
Ja Rule was just dipping his toes in something new, right?
Right.
He was just trying something.
How long you been in film, Juan? How did you end up here?
I think I've been in film all my life.
Okay. You've
All
been
my life.
in film all your life.
I was born in film roles.
So you came out the womb with the...
No, but thinking back, like I was thinking about this the other day, a part of me, and this is why we actually have to get sound panels. We had
Roger. Oh yeah, the echo.
No, but I've been like creating scenes in my head since I was like little. Like in grammar school, I had a very like sort of small attention span. So like I don't know if you're the same too. In the notebook, on like the side of the notebook where they had like that side, it just had a line. You can't write on that side of the line for some reason. Just stay within this bracket. On the side, I would always doodle things, and I would like create small drawings and characters, and then I would do those like flip it book stuff too sometimes with like the animating. Once I discovered that sort of shit with like the bouncing ball, I was never good at that because like you have to be pretty accurate, like repeating frames and stuff. But like I was literally thinking about that the other day, like, dude, I've been kind of thinking about this shit for a while. But I didn't take it seriously until NJCU junior year.
Okay.
Junior year. So now it must be like 7 years, 6 or 7 years.
What clicked that difference? What made that pop for you?
Well, kind of like how we were talking to ourselves. Like I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, like realistically for money, and like what are my interests and stuff. Like getting thrown into college, like right after high school, not really knowing main interest in like what I liked and who I really was. It's like, okay, now just choose a career choice quick. Come on. You're paying for these classes. You got to decide now. So I was undeclared for a while. And that's the brutality of college too. Like you got to fucking
pick some.
Put
yourself in some hole and you're going to do that the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. You don't have a break really because now you're in these GE courses that you have to manage at the same time. You're trying to figure out what it is you want to do. And for me, I finally had to make that choice because it's like, okay, it's like beginning of junior year. And I was spending that summer like watching movies. Like I saw like Psycho for the first time, Alfred Hitchcock. And I went back to like film noir pieces, kind of digging deeper into like the history of stuff. And I realized like, I'm like watching these movies and stuff. Maybe I should experiment with this stuff. Maybe I should discover what this is about. So the media arts program in NGCU kind of helped grow that seed. And there's so many things in filmmaking that you can do,
Okay.
So the journey there was like first like figuring out like what all these different things, like editors, shooters, directors, and like getting into sound.
I don't know myself.
There's so much stuff, man. It's pretty cool. It's cool, but it's overwhelming when you're first coming in and you have to kind of like scope out what it is. Because there's people that like, I'm a director and I've like decided this only really like last year, like I want to direct.
Yes.
And this is my role because I think I do believe that you could be like jack of all trades sort of.
Yeah.
But then that statement, like master of none, it's like you're dabbling in so many different things.
You're not really in anything.
Yeah, you're not really in anything, Like for you, like when you perform, like this is what you do. So when you're on the stage, Shazam, bro. Yeah,
you're right.
You have a crazy amount of energy. Like, and I don't go to a lot of performances, but earlier on, even when we were just like, I think when you were first doing these like open mics at like Cafe Soleil, and like just these different places, Gia's.
That's a back in the day.
Gia's, something, right? I forget.
Gia
the name.
Gelatos,
Gia
downtown,
Gelato. Yeah, like just experiencing those. And there's what's great is that when you perform, you see that contrast. Like you see someone come in and it's like a little more subtle and they're reading their piece and it's like, oh, it's a powerful piece. And then Rashad comes in.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I gotta say, like, I wasn't always at that level, you know. I like you said you watched old fashioned films like noir and things like that. I watched Eddie Murphy, so the Delirious and the Raw shows when I was a kid, and I said, you know what? If I'm gonna be on stage, I don't know how to do that. I already know how to write. I don't know how to perform. What was my favorite performance? Delirious and Raw. So I modeled my stage presence after Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, yeah. He was like, what's the word? What's the good word for like how he performed? He was just very active.
Yeah,
that's not strong enough.
He moves around the crowd. Like subtle things like that people don't even think about. That is a very active thing that performers do to keep and hold people's attention. Like if I see this side of the crowd is like dead often, I'll walk over there, throw in a joke in the middle of a poem or a set, you know, make eye contact with people so they look back at me. Yeah. Being on stage is like being a mirror, you know? They're going to reflect what I put out to them, you know?
Yeah. That's fucking cool, dude. And I don't know if we've spoken about it too much, but I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy.
Okay.
And that's exactly like the magic there. There's a back and forth. Like the audience, your like energy is entirely connected to them. So like it's like feeding back and forth. So if the audience is dead, it's like you got to stay alive. You got to stay alive, bring them back. It's a dance.
Yeah.
And that's so cool that like your inspiration was rooted in stand up.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what you do too. It's like a mix. Like once your piece is done, it's like, all right, motherfuckers. Like, you don't curse. You don't curse, but like, you know, you crack these jokes and you make people comfortable. You make them laugh.
Yes. I want people to have an experience. I'm sure you agree with this. As a writer, people don't think this way, but I think my art should be 3-dimensional, meaning it's like a full experience. You can laugh, cry, you may rage out all in the same poem in my writing. So why not have me do that while I perform it as well? You know, it's more immersive.
Genius.
That's my goal.
Genius. That's smart, man. That's smart. And ultimately, like for the same stuff where, you know, I direct these videos and make these like content for brands and different businesses. Like the idea is to ultimately be like not remembered. That's not what I want to say. Not remembered, but like different.
Okay.
So I think that's important too, where like what I was saying before, you get on stage after certain performers and there's this contrast. You're different, you know, you bring a different energy. And that's how you get remembered. Yeah. That's definitely over time, like how you build up, you know, any artist. That's how they build up a fan base, especially when it's like contrasting, right? Like at a pre-COVID, even though my boy Adam threw a little show, you know, COVID compliant though, free drugs it's called. So they were like artists and stand-up comedians there. So it's kind of nice to re-experience that. But it's been a while since I've been to a show, but you get that contrast. There's like 4 bands. Who are you going to remember? You go to see someone, right? Usually, right? So there's someone that you see, but then are you going to remember these other, like the opening act, the end, you know? Like how can you stand out? So the way you stand out, you're saying, is just like hitting them on all ends.
I also teach performance. And one thing I teach on top of that is the show starts the second you make an impression on someone. So like if I heard about an open mic like Gia Gelato's, right? I might hit up the owner of the open mic. I might message them and say, hey, my name's Rashad. What time is the show? When is sign up? Now that the organizer already knows who I am, they're going to be a bit more friendly when they introduce me to the crowd. When I walk into the building, and if I'm really clapping and supporting everyone else that's performing, they're going to probably do the same thing for me. The second I walk into the room, the second I make contact with someone, that affects how the entire audience is going to perceive me. Because if I got one follower in the crowd and they clap for me, the person next to them might do it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. It's a very contagious thing.
It's a domino.
Same as like the experience in the theater, like watching a movie. Those like wow, those moments where like the hero comes in, like fucking Marvel. Everyone's like, yeah, you know, like the guy next to someone else. They're just gonna like be like this. No, they're gonna be like, oh yeah. You know,
you
it's
absorb
like
that.
unison.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about the human experience. You know, it's like these moments of unity with sometimes strangers. You know, like you bring friends or whatever, but there's these moments where art just brings shit to life in this crowd of strangers. That's what I miss about the theater too. Okay. They're bringing shit to like HBO Max and Paramount Plus now. You know, but I miss that like unified reaction. To, you know what I mean?
Going to the movies was an experience.
Yeah, man, it was an experience, and I don't know if it's coming back to normal anymore, especially since everything's streaming now.
Right. They're trying to do it both at the same time. I know they're streaming Coming to America too, and it's in theaters at the same time. I'm like, well, it's so convenient. Why would I go to the theaters?
Yeah,
it's hard to get over that, you know?
Yeah, you gotta be like a really big movie lover to be like, okay, TV, or I gotta drive, find parking,
buy a ticket.
Yeah, all this shit.
Yeah,
it's a big difference.
You used to work at AMC, right?
Yeah, I got fired.
Oh snap! What happened?
I got fired because I lit the manager on fire.
I don't think that happened.
Yeah,
I don't think we have this conversation if that actually happened.
Well, it was a process, you know. I lit him on. No, imagine. No, I was just irresponsible. It just came late.
Oh,
and they were pretty on top of like attendance when I came in.
Okay.
Which is like, this is what I don't miss about work: favoritism. There's like people that would come late, you know, and like, oh, hey, what's up, baby? Oh, yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. It's like, cool, come on, baby, got to work. And then, you know, I was newer, so I would come in and like 3 strikes. I did miss one important meeting where they were like doing like fire drill and running through a little shit. I came when it was done. It's kind of like a slap in the face. It's like, yeah, I'm here. It's like, well, it's done. It's like, oh, well, I guess I'll go.
I'll catch y'all later. That's crazy. Yeah. So you've been a full-time artist ever since then?
No, after I got let go from there,
okay.
I was homeless. I can't joke about that. I'm just kidding. I was jobless.
Okay.
And I was there for 8 months. So, you know, with resumes, like you list the places that you've been at, and you usually have numbers for reference. So I couldn't list AMC because I got let go, you know, and it was fun working there. It was a lot of fun. It was a little weird where you get like a little bit like animalistic because you're cleaning after these people constantly.
Yeah.
And then coworkers are like, they find like untouched things like, hey man, I found some Starburst, check this shit out, man. And you're like, oh, word. And they just start eating. It was weird. Some nachos. Some people were beyond like comfortability. Some people would find nachos like untouched or something, but that fucking shit was definitely touched, you know?
That's crazy.
And, yeah. But the thing is with these jobs, like you don't eat enough, you know?
Okay.
Your breaks are short, or like it's like a long work shift. So you're just walking around, you know, you gotta come like, and you're young and a little, you know, young, dumb and broke.
How old you were?
Young,
how old were you? Like 18?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with time. So like I can't even, hang on, let me just double check. Yeah, I can't even safely like say an age confidently. But yeah, I got late too many times. Couldn't listen in the resume. But then I went to, I don't know if you've ever been to Bucket Bay.
Once or twice,
like,
maybe?
It's like a gelato shop. My friend Marilyn got me a job there.
Okay.
So I was there for a year and 8 months. And that was my last job. That was my last like customer service job. Probably, what's it, 2021 now? Probably like 2016.
Oh, snap. Dang.
2015, 2016. Thank you. I think at some point you make a decision. The decision. You got to make a choice because these jobs that you work are draining.
True.
And creatively, you need a certain amount of energy and attention, you know, and drive. And I realized being there as the job got more and more like a little frustrating because they kept adding more and more responsibilities from when I started, which is great because they're growing and they're expanding and they're adding these new things. But, you know, I'm not getting paid any extra to do these extra things, really, you know. It's like minimum wage too. I was realizing I was doing a lot of weddings at the time. Like, okay, I'm getting a good amount of money for these weddings. I could start building my like gear out and like expanding and try to like collaborate instead of, you know, spending all this time here. So at some point, also those jobs, I don't know if you're the same. I was just hitting a funk. You know, I was there for too long.
Okay.
I was there for too long and I was just getting sad. I was like depressed. So I would show up and, you know, if there's like a side-by-side comparison to like when I started to when I was about to leave, just jaded, you know, just done. Like I wasn't good. You have to like tell these customers like these flavors like, oh yeah, the vanilla has bling, 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 bling. You got to give them this whole thing.
Yeah. Just regurgitate.
You got to smile. Yeah. You know, it's like Yuppies in his downtown and cool customers though, like reoccurring people sometimes. But over time it's like, you know, you got an apron on and you just feel like this is, I'm at a certain age where I think I shouldn't be here anymore. It's like for high schoolers or like early college, you know, looking for work. But
do you think everyone that works there feels that way? Because I mean, like, I hate customer service and stuff like that as well. But there are people that go in there every day. That's their job, and they love it. you know? Yeah.
Yeah, just swallowed that really badly. Yeah, no, I think when you first join something, it's like there's an exciting element to it.
Right.
Because it's like a new world, new employees, especially if you haven't done too many like customer service jobs or jobs in general, second job, third job, all that shit, you should be like a sponge and draining like the experience of like speaking to customers, speaking to different people, and like, you know, having these because there were a lot of cool, unique people that would come in, cool conversations back and forth, you know. But I think as like maybe humans, we get we get tired after a certain time. We get tired of like the repetition of something. So long, yeah, like repetition in general.
I don't think that's everyone though, man. People look certain people. Like me being in the military, I saw people that love schedule, that love being regimented.
Oh yeah,
they know what they're going to do each and every second. They plan it out. I can't do it. Couldn't do it, even if I tried.
Yeah. Well, I know you're a little into zodiac signs, right? I'm a Capricorn, so I'm very heavy into the scheduling and stuff, and very heavily like into setting these goals and tasks underneath and like picking it out and like getting shit done. But
Leo Nation, for everybody listening, you know, Leo's out here. Just had to throw that out there.
What are some Leo traits?
Well, Leo traits.
Yeah,
I got you.
Getting it on record. Yeah, because I don't even know.
Well, first off, we're the most important person in ever. I've never not been important.
The most important person in ever.
In ever, yeah. You remember back then? Ever.
Mm-hmm. Leos.
Center of attention, life of the party, often very social, friendly, easy to get along with, or tries to be easy to get along with. Prideful, sometimes naive. Yeah. You know, actually, the way we treat zodiac signs, the Japanese think of blood types. So
yeah, you told me this before.
Did I?
Which is a little more like bizarre.
So basically, most of the traits that a Leo has is basically most of the traits that someone that's O positive would have. You know, like whether you're positive or negative also affects how your personality would come out, which is crazy. I don't know why I studied all this, but I did, and it was fun.
A lot of free time.
Too much free time, man.
A lot of free time. How do you manage your time though? Yeah, COVID. I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing. COVID definitely allowed us to check out some of these interests. And you were checking out Japanese
blood types,
how they manage their. But there's like still accuracies.
Word
there, right? In comparison,
for some reason, I don't know the science behind it, but it makes sense. It's logical for me. I know it's not rooted in anything, but as long as there's something for me to grab onto, that's what it's rooted in, you know? But you asked me how I manage my time.
Yeah.
I'm a full-time artist with a part-time job. So during the week, Monday through Friday, I live in Patterson. I live in an artist commune. So there are 7 artists. We're all roommates. We live together in a warehouse. We all do different crafts. We all built our own rooms, build things together. They teach me how to do all of the above. And every day I write at least 300 words. I journal. That's my practice for writing.
That's in your daily habit to journal?
Yeah.
Really cool.
300 words, 10 minutes, anything. It's not poetry. For like the first month I was doing it, I made sure that anything I wrote wasn't poetry because I needed to get away from that. I needed that escape.
So the journal entries are more stream of conscious.
Yes. I learned a lot about myself and
through journaling.
Yeah.
What are the certain qualities like that you get from journaling that you see benefits from?
I process my feelings, you know. If like, for example, if I had a phone conversation with a friend the day before, I might wake up in the morning, sit at my laptop, process, and write it in my journal, and I figure out how I feel about that person, you know? But just reflecting on the conversation we had, like, oh, we had a 30-minute conversation. I didn't plan to have that, but that happened. You know, there might be something there, you know? It's introspection.
Yeah, and I think it's important to sort of make these, like, daily logs because of how our minds work, you know? Like, over time, like, there's only, like, a finite amount of things we can store in our head. So then that's the cool thing about a journal where I used to write in one too. Okay. You can look back and revisit these moments and revisit these memories, you know, and like realize like, oh, I was feeling really good at this period of time why, and it's like that's why you were writing it, you know. So that's why that's one reason for sure. I think it's great you're doing that.
Sometimes I get scared to look back, man, because I've been like this was a rough year for me. I mean, 2020 was a rough year for everybody, but sometimes looking back at those moments, I want to just leave it as if it didn't happen, but I did document it, and I do want to respect that person that was alive or that identity I had for that day, you know, because we change every day.
Yeah, what was it like? Oh, another morning with the boner. The moaning boner.
That was not what I was.
That's not entries, right?
Nah,
that's
never.
not an entry.
Maybe your journal. That's
yeah,
all right.
It's every morning. It's like another morning. Well, that's natural. That's not. No, yeah, my entries are There's like these hyper personal moments that I decide to write to that I feel the same way. Like I feel like if I revisit, I'm like, fuck, I was here, I was there in that place. Yeah. Same here. Yeah, I've been through a lot of ups and downs and through a down period too. But the great thing about like in my personal experience, writing in that moment, just putting it on paper, something alleviates.
There's a release.
It's a release.
Yeah, catharsis.
That's the word.
Yeah,
catharsis. That's a nice word too.
Sure is.
It's like healing feeling to it.
There's catharsis in catharsis.
Role models. I have a lot of different role models for different things. Like
really, very Capricorn to you.
There's like, there's like business and like drive role models, and then there's like behavioral, positivity sort of role models, and then there's like comedic role models. Just like kind of broken out to these several things.
Oh my God, that sounds so annoying. I'm getting a headache.
I think I'm not, so I'm not crazy into capitalism, but it's a part of the world. And as you progress in something, you want it to grow, and the idea of capitalism is essentially that, something that grows and expands, but it's been corrupted via just greed. Yeah. Greed and the top white folk, not white folk, but, predominantly.
Top 1%.
Top 1%. So, when you mix greed and capitalism, that's where it gets very negative. But ultimately, like if we start a business together, we would ideally want it to grow and make some money with it, and live off it. So that's kind of like capitalism allows that, So like Elon Musk is one of my, like maybe business, like, inspirations, just like the drive, the work ethic, the amount of things he does too. It's just like very impressive. So I always kind of like consider the schedules of these people up there that are doing a lot of cool, great things and try and apply that, and then like sort of for mood, it's like Will Ferrell. That's my guy.
Oh, wait.
Fucking love Will Ferrell. I love Will Ferrell too, actually. He's such a great, like lighthearted spirit. And we only know a certain amount of someone.
Bro, you sound like you know these people, bruh. It's crazy.
It's like personal relationship. Yeah. But that's the weird thing about media. I've watched interviews of Will Ferrell, the comedians, I've watched interviews and I've seen most of his movies. So you feel like you know someone, but you don't really know somebody.
Yeah, right?
That's the strange thing.
Or do you? Is that even possible? I really know someone based just on the content they put out,
No, it's impossible.
It is impossible, isn't it?
There can be, there's not a facade, but there's a limited amount of personality that someone brings on the table.
Only so much authenticity, right?
Yeah. So taking it with like a grain of salt, like, oh, this guy seems really nice, but then everything is really fabricated depending where you're checking them out, like Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon, like these talk shows and, where these interviews happen, like they're like thought beforehand, or, they're kind of like these bits that they have incorporated in conversations are all kind of like figured out pre the person like coming in,
Right.
So a lot of it is like fabricated, and movies are entirely fabricated, so there's only so much you can get, but the motherfucker's funny, he's like kind, maybe I don't know if he hits his wife,
right?
Who knows?
I mean, that was a very specific
that would be in the news.
Okay. Yeah,
that would probably show up in the news.
Hopefully
what?
Hopefully it would make the news.
Okay. I thought you meant hopefully he is.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey.
Is that your like that's your like apology, like don't cancel me? But I have several like role models.
I see, man. Dang. I was like, dang, my boy had the whole catalog. It felt like you opened up a proverbial book. role models. You got them sectioned off in file cabinets and stuff. I was like, dang, Cap.
There's so many people out there that, media sort of pushes in our way, and that's up to our personalities to sort of filter who we fuck with and, what we take from those people too. Like, who are some of your role models?
Bro, my answer is I have 2 role models.
You have 2?
Just 2. And for everything. My dad and Static Shock.
Word.
Crazy. One of them's not even a real person, so.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I think family is a given. Like my grandfather, it was his birthday.
Dang, so you just said my other one doesn't even count either. You said family is a given, so my role models don't count.
I think family's a given. If somebody like helped be a part of like, no, not in the sense like it devalues the role model.
Oh,
it's like certain family members are just there, like my uncle, my grandfather, my father, for sure.
You was talking about your grandfather. His birthday just passed. Happy birthday, granddad.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
It was just yesterday.
Okay.
He's 82.
Pisces.
82,
Sorry to hear that, man.
83.
Okay.
Pisces?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. We were talking yesterday, like when I was little and with my little brother and cousin, he would bring us to the city, to his office.
Okay.
He would make us work in his office, like small stuff, and he would pay us. He gave us our first job when we were little, making us understand work and like pay and like, I spent it on candy. I didn't do anything good with the money.
But that's still a lesson.
Yeah.
You have all these sweet little moments and stuff, man. Like, do you know that how sentimental of a person you are? Are you aware of that?
Yeah. No, it's like toxic. It's really bad mentally. I'm very nostalgic.
Okay.
I'm
I can see how that could be overwhelming sometimes.
It's like kind of detrimental a little to the health.
You talk about nostalgia a lot too.
Do I?
Yeah.
Memories?
Yeah.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Boom, boom. You know that Beatles song? Yesterday?
I clearly don't. You can't read the face?
Damn. Yeah, you would have joined.
Yeah, right? Or something.
Men's night.
Hold up, wait a minute. Oh.
You would have said men's night. That was you yesterday, man. But those are great role models. Like we were talking about Static Shock for a minute.
Oh, where?
We were talking about Static Shock for a minute and like
yesterday
he did. Nah, not yesterday.
Oh.
I think when we were driving to Patterson.
Yeah, my boy Virgil Hawkins. Come on.
Virgil?
Yeah, that's the gloves. Yeah, it's Virgil.
I'm gonna add like electricity in post.
I put a shock to your system. That was his catchphrase.
You made him sound.
He sounds like that.
I put a shock
to your system. Nah, you don't sound like that.
Not like that.
That's good. Yo, yeah, you're right.
A little too high, I think. But I can't remember what he sounds like, so I don't even know what I'm saying.
I can't get it. It's not gonna happen.
I put a shock.
Nah, it wasn't that dude. He was fine.
Well, so wait. So what are some of these traits? Like how I spoke about Elon and Will Ferrell, like these certain things about them. What are traits about Static Shock that?
Static Shock was bullied in high school, and the first episode he grabs a gun, joins a gang, gets caught in a shootout. Shootout is in a nuclear power plant, gets superpowers. I always wish I had superpowers, and I always said like, oh my God, the world is so hard to live through as a normal, average, regular person. I feel like I need something else in order to make it through these days. So Static is that kid that I wish I was, that had that extra push, had that extra power to get through regular, average, everyday situations. I wish I had that. So it is my role model. And I was bullied too in high school before I got to Marist, before I met you and all that.
Oh God, swirlies.
Locker. I got locked in a locker once.
Oh my God,
maybe twice.
Man. Those movies. You think movies inspire that, or it's just like naturally?
I don't think anyone just said, "Hey, let's see if Rashad can fit in this locker." I probably saw it in a movie or something like that. I don't know.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
So movies don't inspire violence, but they certainly inspire actions and ideas to be applied.
Role models, violence, media.
Media, yeah. Let's get the media out of this fucking world.
No Grand Theft Auto. Oh, we did that at the same time.
No Grand Theft Auto.
Nice.
Cancel Grand Theft Auto.
Dang.
Saints Row, because you can fight with
Saints
a dildo.
Row is crazy.
You can fight with a dildo.
Are you serious?
You never?
No. Why would I know that?
It's one of the strongest weapons.
Oh my!
It's weird. It's weird as fuck. That's a fun game. That's a fun game. If I miss anything about video games, which I think it'll be a mistake to get a monitor, but we will because we're gonna.
It might be a mistake. Yeah.
But that's that game was fun, man. I love those open world games, like Prototype 2.
I hate open world games. I need something static with a story that I can traverse through. It's like I want to.
You don't want side quests?
Nah, I hate that too. I'll just do the story of the main quest. That's it. Done. Ghost of Tsushima. I just played that game. Wait for all them side quests. Fuck them. Fuck them all.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that need your help, and you just say fuck them.
I got my own thing to do every once in a while, you know? Yeah. I help people in real life. When I play a video game, I just want to be the main character, kill my villain, and be on with the rest of my day in my life. End it. Yeah. That's it. End. Done.
Yeah. But you don't like to live through the more engrossing aspects of a game where you get here, and you get into like, oh, my son has been kidnapped by a werewolf. Please help me. It's like 20 gold or some shit.
Waste of time.
Waste of time. So you're gonna let that son die?
He's dead. You're gonna
let that kid die?
Yeah, he would have died without me.
So you're a child murderer. Wow. Imagine. So you're a child murderer.
Wow.
It's just twisted.
That was slick.
So you're a killer of childs.
Killer of
English
childs.
off. You're a killer of childs. You kill childs. On record.
Childs,
on record.
Not children. That's great.
Childs. That's super sidetrack. I hear you. Yeah. Everyone likes to experience games differently. I would get lost in like Skyrim and Fallout.
Hated them.
Damn, man.
Hated it.
So what's your favorite video game?
My favorite video game?
I may not know it, so when you say it, express it a little bit. Talk about it. Don't just say it tight. I'll be like, oh yeah.
Let me see. You know what? Probably it changes every year. You know what? Last of Us 2. Oh my God.
Well, I heard that was a great game.
You ain't play it?
I only played Last of Us a little bit, not 2 though.
Only the first one?
Only the first one.
Bruh. Oh my God. I gotta say this story.
What's it about?
Immersive. So basically, the world is over and it's the last of us. It's the last few people. Oh my God. And in the first game, you got my dude Joel right when the infection kicks off because it's like a zombie-esque pandemic. And my boy Joel, he has his daughter, and in the first like 20 minutes, we see his daughter die. Mm-hmm. And
that's what I remember.
Right. And then we cut back to years later, and he meets this girl named Ellie. She's unaffected by the virus, and they're trying to find a way to create a cure from her. And I'm not gonna tell you how the game ends. Do you care?
No. I'm always like, there's a whole experience to still go through, unless it's like a huge plot twist.
Joel go. Oh yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you, but Joel goes through across the country with this girl. She basically becomes his daughter, right?
Right, of course, naturally, right? Loses his fucking kid.
And then he has the choice. Do I let her die to create the cure? Or do I kill everybody and get out of here? And he killed the whole militia that was gonna create that cure from her blood just to keep his daughter alive, that person that was just like his daughter,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's intense.
And then the second game, she's like, I should be dead right now. I could have saved the entire world and you took that away from me.
So she's like bitter about it. She's got some animosity built up.
Yeah,
because she's alive.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I want to say so much more, but I don't want to spoil it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
These games get deep.
Yo, man. Oh,
these storylines.
I could talk about Last of Us 2 for hours.
Yeah. It's just this gaming.
I played it and then saw a playthrough. I saw three different YouTubers play the same game. That's how I'm in love with that game I was.
Yeah. Oh man. You also just love watching shit happen. Like those videos.
Uh-huh. Like see how people react to the same thing that I went through. It's dope. I love it. We were watching Attack on Titan together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that show is stressful. That show is stressful. I really want to jump back into it. The way we ended was with the dude. I guess what? That's the Armored Titan? No, not the Armored Titan. The Colossal.
Spoilers.
Cut.
Where I don't know what
the mouth opening.
Was.
Yeah. The mouth opening. Yeah. I don't know how you can take. Yeah. Oh man, what a way to end. That was frustrating. It's like, oh shit, I gotta leave because that was like the third episode. That was fourth. It had to be 4. We watched. So
it was
many.
3 episodes. I don't know why you insisted it was 4.
It felt long. It felt stressful and long. I guess that's why.
How you use the word stress? I'm not sure if you should be watching a show that you describe as good and describe it as stressful. I'm not sure if that's a healthy relationship with things you enjoy.
Maybe not stressful, anxiety ridden.
Okay.
Yeah.
You enjoy anxiety?
A part of me, yeah, because it's like, you know, you get into this thing, and plus we were smoking, you know, so we were like,
yeah, that's true.
We were like pretty high,
yeah.
So like not anxiety in the sense of like, you know, fuck, like I'm worried. I'm like deep. I get deep into shit, especially when I really like it.
Okay,
I like get sucked into it. So you know, a show like that where like twists just happen in the blink of an eye,
yeah,
and you don't expect it, and then like the animation is just so beautiful.
So beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
The soundtrack, yeah,
the sound, like everything about it is so like captivating. So just naturally I get really pulled in and I get stressed out for the characters because they're stressed the fuck out. Yeah. Like have you seen A Quiet Place?
That mirror effect. No, I haven't. That's what Jim Halpert, right?
Yeah.
I know that's not his
John
name.
Krasinski.
Jim Halpert.
Jim Halpert.
Yeah, I'm
sorry. There's an alien here. Looks at camera.
Yo, the Office?
The Office version of A Quiet Place would be interesting.
Did you see WandaVision?
No, I haven't. Well, no. So, you know, I just got this TV and I have HBO Max.
Okay.
So I'm cool with HBO Max. I don't know about Disney Plus. I don't know what I'm going to
I don't have it. My roommate has it. I saw it with him. But they do every episode. So like it's sort of like it's set up like a sitcom, right? And every episode is like a sitcom from a different time period. So like the first one is like the 20s, and the last episode that came out so far was set up like it was the daggone Office. So you see the random camera close-ups out of nowhere. Yeah, it's dope. Every episode looks completely different. You gotta watch it.
What's the drive? What's the overall like?
I'm not telling you the
story arc.
I'm not doing that. I'm not spoiling nothing.
I need to pay.
No spoilers on here.
Yeah, I either need to pay or I need to visit you again so we can watch that.
We could do that. Yeah,
I'll probably swing by, man.
Word.
Swing by.
Did I just get bagged? Dang.
Yeah.
My boy got game.
Disney Plus and chill.
Word.
Is it Disney Plus?
Yeah, it's Disney Plus.
Disney Plus and chill.
Disney Plus.
I also want to see Soul. I want to see
Soul is good. Fire. Yeah.
Yeah. It like
I was
blew
in
up
tears.
for a moment. Yeah.
Tears. Yeah.
Well, Pixar knows how to pull strings, man.
They sure
Pixar is creepy in the sense of like how well they do these fucking things. Like
they made a kids movie about a guy that died. That's crazy. That's what Soul is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. To make that lighthearted, warm, and fun, it's a gift. It's crazy.
It is. And all their stories are really kind of out there, like Up, where it's like this dude meets this woman and like they fall in love, and it's like that whole 10-minute fucking journey with that piano. So fucking dude, that was like probably the number one, just like a very short part of the movie, but one of the more just powerful fucking introductions to a movie I've ever experienced. But Pixar knows how to like work with the people's like eyes.
Tear
and,
ducts,
like,
bruh.
Yeah, man.
Cracking things open.
Like the characters, is how they animate things and the music and the combination of everything.
The colors, it's
cool, man. Even Inside Out, it's like, how do you make these movies about I guess you're good at that, objects. Because cars was the thing, right? It's like, oh, cars, they're alive. And then like Inside Out, it's like feelings are alive, like talking to each other. Kind of how the mind works, I guess. WALL-E.
My mentor is a counseling psychologist. Won't stop talking about Inside Out. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Like
that,
what sort of things?
Feelings.
Mentioning,
yeah. Being in touch with your feelings. She said that it accurately captures what it's like to go through your feelings. And I'm like, dang, you could do that through a movie, and a clinical psychologist agrees with some kids' movies idea of expression of feelings. Dope.
Yeah.
Dope was a good movie. I don't know if you saw that.
Dope was cool.
Yeah, right.
Dope was cool. I think it was a little forgettable though.
Whoa. Unforgettable? I'm literally the kid. You don't see it?
Yeah, like I forgot what the kid was. So I guess you are forgettable, man. I'm sorry.
Bro,
no, the movie was
over
good.
This table.
Oh my God, that'd be cool. Just fight on camera. I don't mind, bro. Fuck it.
What is this, WWE now? That's crazy.
Bro. Yeah, no, this is a hybrid podcast. So we talk first like 30 minutes and then we
keep saying this Fight Club shit, man.
Wrestle. Well, little
Wrestle. I'm surprised my voice just did that, mimicking you. That's crazy.
No. But going back to what you were saying.
I just love doing that.
Going back to what you were saying, it's like the movie is pretty accurate with like how we manage feelings, and then we give power to our feelings. There's like, right, there's like joy, sadness, anger, anxiety, whatever the fuck, right? Was there 5 of them? I don't know. 4? I think 4 is good enough. But like, yeah, we feed into these things. So like if you are in like a slump or something and you feed into the more sad parts, then she's gonna walk up and put the fucking ball in, and then you're fucking sad for a long time. Or do you have that voice in your head? Maybe it's a mix of like anger and happy, where you're like, I can't stay in this place. I have to get out of this place because number 1, it's stopping me from progressing. Number 2, what's crazy is just such a lonely experience when you're going through something, you know, like people can be there for you, but it's ultimately your own journey. It's your own mental journey that you have to like overcome, which is probably the most hardest things in life you can bump into. These, I guess, what do you call them? These crashes. Okay. These crashes, I would say. Because there's like, you know, sometimes life is just like smooth rolling. Like we were chilling today, men's night last night.
Men's night.
Although, you know, Mel and Liz were there, you know, but men's night.
Men's night is inclusive.
Yeah. It's just labeled that way. You know, smooth rolling, and then something happens where it's like, poof, there's a crash, there's a stop, and it's like, there's a pause. And the way our mind is structured just through time.
That's a beautiful articulation of men's night, man.
It depends on like what you feed into, which is crazy. Like by our age now, we have certain emotions that are more powerful. So it's a journey that you're not even thinking about through grammar school and high school. You're feeding into these feelings and emotions in college. So then by our age, we have these certain core values and traits that are already like settled in. And I think for us too, it's like, I think we have this a pretty strong sense of like understanding of that, you know, a strong drive. Although,
I mean, I agree, but I can't say. I mean, like, if you read my bio and all the things I've done, you'd say, "Oh, Rashad is extremely motivated. Rashad knows exactly what he's doing. Rashad has it all together." You might think that, but like, yo, I'm a full-time artist. I was the former poet laureate of Jersey City, and I don't know what I'm doing with poetry. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get a job as a teacher in the classroom. I don't have a job right now. I'm not even sure if that's okay. You know, I have no idea what I'm doing. I wouldn't call it drive. I think it's all support. You know, like what's happening right now in this moment is because you support me and believe in me, or you see something in me that says, yo, I want to help this guy out. I don't know what it is. I don't know what makes you do that, but I'm only allowed to live, thrive, and succeed because of other people's perspective or feelings towards me, you know? I need others, you know? And it's so hard my hardest challenge is 1, admitting that, and 2, realizing that it's okay for me not to be self-reliant. It's okay for me to not be able to do this for myself, you know? That's people see that as weak, as like a crutch. Yeah. But I'm like, the second you admit that, you can get those needs met, you know? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not perfect. I'm stubborn,
nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know, it's life comes with so many challenges, and I would say, you know, we're like family. We've known each other for so long, and like, you know, the days
7 years now.
Yeah. I remember like watching season 1, Walking Dead. That's always a memory, you know. And like Steven,
was it every Sunday? Friend of ours.
I think so. Yeah. We literally made it a thing to get together and try and watch that show. You know, at some point we realized that they were like token black characters, and then the show kind of got bad.
You can only have 1.
You can only have 1. It's so funny, man. You can only have 1
because they would kill one off right after the other. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like weird pattern.
My boy T-Dog.
Oh yeah, T-Dog. But yeah, man. Life is a journey.
Love you, man.
Love you too, dude. Yeah. Love you too, man. Come here.
Word.
Life is a journey, man, and I don't think you ever really discover. I think it's like because of the pressures via internet and social media.
Okay.
That we have, like, it's more personal. I think that we have this certain incentive that we have to keep doing things, and that's just via like people just the way social media is set up, like stories and the way people's feeds are set up. And it's like this constant activity, this constant feed of like lives that we're seeing. We feel like we have to always be on this like drive.
Yeah.
You know, and that's unhealthy.
You don't.
It's cool to slow down, you know. It's cool to take your time, strategize, plan, you know, hang out, rely on others, or, you know, like all these things are natural to the human experience.
You can be weak, you can fall, you can crumble. That's okay. You need to be able to see that, you know. You need to be able to see someone fail. And social media is all about seeing success, about people putting out their best versions of themselves. Sometimes I think that's why people like my art, is because I show those lows that I go through to the absolute best of my ability. I want to be honest and vulnerable, because I never saw, like, you know, my mother raised me by herself. I went to my dad on the weekends and things like that, but my mother had a really hard time showing me her emotions and her feelings, and reasonably so. She's the pillar. She has to hold me up. She has to be strong, or someone taught her that, you know? So I didn't know how to communicate my feelings because of that. And now that I do know how to, I'm going to do that for everyone else. So when some kid is growing up, or I'm performing at a high school and they're having a hard time with something, they can say, oh, this guy that I look up to that was on that stage, that is some big guy that they don't know anything about me, but I'm the guy that came to their school. So I have some sort of influence, or they see something in me. Yeah. And that guy went through that hard moment too. That guy was bullied in high school, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Power of art. The power of art, you know, creating that relatable comfortability. That's the crazy connection that art creates, man. I know. So are you working on anything new?
I have a second book in the making. It's called Working Definition, Dictionary and Thesaurus. It's really interesting. I was in the psychiatric unit, public knowledge. You know this. I was in the psychiatric unit in November for a week. Yeah. And I got my medical records. So the book is me capturing my records and me writing that in the book, and everything I was experiencing throughout the entire book. With all the poems are formatted like newspaper articles, because those were the only things I had access to reading while I was there, and things like that. Dictionary terms and things like that. So the whole book is about me finding out who I am in this psychiatric unit. Yeah, in the context of me being in that psychiatric unit. Yeah.
How long were you there for again?
Just a week. Yeah.
And that was kind of long enough. What was the experience like?
Well,
for you personally, like having gone what you went through.
I was at such a low. You know, I've never been that dark, that deep in my depression ever in my life. And having a week completely away from the world, you know, no one could call me, no one could text me. I couldn't go to work, you know.
Yeah, it's like going cold turkey.
Yeah.
This could be pretty strong of a...
No liquor, no weed, nothing. 3 meals a day.
So you're entirely sober. And now you're in this quiet, basically isolated world with just you. It's just you.
You would think that.
Oh, there's people there.
Yes.
There was a community.
Yes.
Right.
And all that time by myself, and then seeing all these other people as mirrors, or seeing myself in them in different levels, in different ways, changed my life. I think there's a lot of room for me to grow from that 1 week I spent in that psychiatric unit, and that's why I want to give to the world. That's why I'm working on this book.
Fuck, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm excited.
Thank you.
That sounds dope, man.
Yeah.
That sounds dope. Good luck with that, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I don't know how I'm going to get it published yet. I'm probably not going to self-publish it like I did my last book, which was kind of self-published, but I had a publishing company work with me. But I'm probably going to send this to a couple of contests, see if they want to put it out somewhere. Yeah.
Do you ever think of doing like an audiobook?
Yes.
A full fleshed on recording of like poems and selling that.
My first book was going to be an audiobook.
Romeo's Whiskey?
Yes. Never happened. Never figured out how to do it. Didn't have the resources to pull it off at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's something you could just do on your own thing, on your own accord. Because I know for your own content, you do like AMVs where you record your spoken word and you have visuals, sometimes lo-fi beats, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's called The Village Hidden in the Verse. Trying to get that started, get that up and running. But
We'll do some shit. We'll do some shit here, man.
I love anime, man. I love poetry.
Yeah, I mean, I know you. I guess everyone in our friend group just really fucks with anime.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice group. And I'm just getting back into it via Attack on Titan. But I was always kind of like more detached a little bit, but still enjoyed it a lot. You know, I think the last thing I really remembered predominantly was Death Note.
Yeah.
You know, but
Everyone's
it's inspiring
Death Note.
too. Just the storylines too in these animes.
Did you hear
sometimes.
about the one shot that Death Note did like last year?
No.
They came out with an extra chapter where the book Ryuk drops the book again, and there's another kid that picks it up and uses the Death Note. Donald Trump is in it.
Oh, wait.
I know Obama was in a different anime. They called him John Omaha.
So the one shot was based in reality?
Yes, yeah. And Donald Trump tries to buy the Death Note anonymously off whoever the owner is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Was it more comical then? Because it's got like these
Satirical.
personalities.
Definitely satirical.
We did touch on like what you do with writing, but what is the process like?
The process. So I was a slam poet, meaning I competed and stuff like that. So I would write with the intention of being on stage, with the intention of performing and competing and getting judged and scoring and traveling and going to different competitions and being on a team and working with other poets, and we write poems together, and then we do the same thing with one another. So I teach other people how to do that as well. But yeah, my process is me waking up every day, putting down my 300 words, and
Yes.
Yeah. We did talk about process, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it comes full circle though. But how about the process for performances? Because you write down your journal and then you create these pieces, like you perform to yourself.
Yes. When I first started, I was a lifeguard, so I would be sitting on the deck of my pool and just looking at all these people swimming with absolutely nothing to do on my own time, and I would just spit these lines, go over my poem over and over and over and over again.
While you were at the pool?
Yeah.
While you were lifeguarding?
I just looked ridiculous sitting there with my buoy, looking at these people spitting the poems like Black Runner Boy used to blah, 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 blah.
They're probably like, yo, what the fuck? We getting a show here too? This guy's crazy. I hope he can save me.
Yeah, right?
While someone's drowning, you're just like, like, lifeguard, please.
In the shower, on my bike, any and everywhere I went, I was.
You perform while riding?
Yeah, I do. I still do. On my way to shows when I have something.
It's like more talking to yourself, right? And getting the energy.
Mm-hmm.
How
It's
do you amp
intense.
yourself up before shows? Just like that?
Music, yeah.
What do you listen to?
Dreams and nightmares.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's a
I
good
used to
one.
pray. Come on now.
Come on, man.
on
Give us a
now.
little taste.
I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this in the back of the paddy wagon cuts, locked off wrists. See my dreams unfold, nightmares control. It's time to marry the game. And I said, yeah, I do. That's the piano.
Why'd you stop?
Oh man, I forgot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Hold on, wait a minute.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think about.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah. But we could talk for like 7 more hours. Fuck it.
It's crazy, actually.
Fuck it. Let's do it. So tell me, like, when you were born.
I got work,
When you
bruh.
were born, what that was like.
God said, you know what? I'm just gonna outdo myself.
I'm gonna just outdo,
Yup.
like with the spices and shit, like confidence.
He looked down at Earth.
Wordplay.
He said, you know what? They need something. Rashad was born.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Let there be light.
A shock.
I put a shock to your system.
Post lightning. Yeah, man. Yeah. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for making time before fucking work. Yeah, baby, come here, man. Come on, baby. We got plans, bro. We got plans. Shad, it's pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure talking to you too, Diego. I love you too, man.
We out.
Day by day.
Things get worse and worse. Wow. That's the way it is.